Okay, so if you've got a bathroom or laundry room down in your basement, chances are you have a secret guardian working tirelessly, completely out of sight. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that unsung hero, the sewage ejector pump. We'll get into exactly how to keep it from turning a small problem into a really, really big disaster. Just think about that for a second. It's this one machine sitting quietly in a sealed pit, just waiting to do its job. But what happens if it fails? Well, the consequences can get messy and incredibly expensive fast. That machine is what this is all about. So let's give this thing a proper introduction. It's a piece of equipment that's so easy to forget about, but it plays an absolutely critical role in any home that has plumbing below the main sewer line. Honestly, that's the best way to picture it. See, your home's main plumbing system just uses gravity to pull everything away. But a basement, it's below that line. So this pump's entire job is to fight gravity, lifting all that wastewater up and out into the sewer. It's basically the muscle for all your downstairs plumbing. And here's the official definition. Now, don't get this confused with a sump pump. That just handles water. A sewage ejector pump is built way tougher. It's designed to manage both liquids and solid waste from your toilets, sinks, you name it. And that's exactly why keeping it in good shape is so crucial. You know, the very first step in preventing problems is knowing exactly what you're dealing with. Not every pump is the same, and really understanding your specific setup is the key to making it last. Your owner's manual is going to be your best friend here. It tells you 3 really important things. First up, the pump's horsepower. If it's too weak for how much you use it, it's just going to struggle constantly and burn out way too fast. Second, the float switch type. This little guy is what tells the pump to turn on, so you can imagine its reliability is everything. And finally, the discharge line diameter. If that pipe's too small, it's basically a clog just waiting to happen. You want to make sure these specs are right for your home to prevent all that strain and early failure. All right, so now that you've got a handle on your system, let's talk prevention. The absolute best way to head off a catastrophe is just through small, consistent habits and some really simple routine checkups. What's so great about this is how simple it is. On the left, you've got what the pump is made for. And on the right, that's a list of its worst enemies. Fats, oils, and grease, they solidify and create these awful blockages. And those so-called flushable wipes, yeah, they don't break down. They're probably the #1 cause of clogs. So the bottom line is this. What you don't put down the drain is every bit as important as what you do. Just creating a simple only toilet paper and appropriate waste rule in your house is the single most powerful thing you can do to stop a backup before it starts. Once a year, seriously, just take 10 minutes and run through this list. Pop open the pit, look for any debris. When the pump runs, listen to it. Is it making a new grinding or straining sound? Or maybe you notice it's running longer or more often than it used to. That's a huge red flag. These little checks can help you catch a problem way before it becomes an emergency. You know, your pump doesn't just face threats from inside your pipes. Other things, external stuff like power outages and even your local climate can pose a pretty big risk if you're not ready for them. This lays it out perfectly, the 3 pillars of electrical protection. First, that pump needs its own dedicated circuit. That's a must for safety. Second, you got to protect that connection from any dampness with a proper control box. And third, and this is a big one, what happens when a storm knocks the power out? A battery backup system can be an absolute lifesaver, keeping your pump running when you need it the most. And where you live matters too. If you're in a place with freezing winters, insulating the pit and the discharge line can stop ice from forming and causing cracks or blockages. And for those with really humid basements, all that condensation can corrode electrical parts over time, so a good dehumidifier is a really smart investment. All right, let's talk worst-case scenario, because even with our best efforts, emergencies can still happen. So let's walk through the right way to respond, right away, if you're ever faced with that dreaded backup. This is your mantra in a crisis. Stop, call, wait. First, stop using any water in the basement. Don't flush toilets, don't run sinks. You don't want to add more fuel to the fire. Next, call a professional plumber immediately. And finally, wait. You have to resist that urge to mess at the pump yourself. Trying to force it can burn out the motor and make the whole situation so much worse. And this really sums it all up, doesn't it? It's not about just one thing. It's a combination of smart habits and being prepared. Those proactive checks, being mindful every day, and making sure the system was set up right to begin with, those are the keys to a dry, protected basement. So that's the question we'll leave you with. Your sewage ejector pump is always on guard, ready to spring into action. Taking these steps just ensures that when that time comes, it won't let you down.